HTML isn't just for browsers anymore. Search engines, AI systems, and screen readers all affect how your product is being discovered, viewed, and valued. Writing HTML tags can directly impact search engine optimization, accessibility, and how well your product interacts with future AI-driven experiences. And when you collaborate with a team using consistent coding standards, you're not just writing software, you're creating a foundation that works seamlessly for humans and machines as well. Well-structured HTML affects how effectively a search engine can interact with your product, how well a user with disabilities can interact with it, and how well AI can interact with it. For customer-facing websites, the search engine crawler directly affects how discoverable your product is. So all of a sudden, the marketing department has an interest of you writing well-structured, semantically correct HTML, as if fewer bugs and better collaboration was not a good enough reason. Beyond search engine optimization, writing well-structured and semantically correct HTML is about collaboration. A designer can focus on the look and feel and the colors of the applications, where a coder can focus on the behavior and the structure. When everyone sticks to clear standards, it empowers designers to focus on the visuals, to coders to focus on building meaningful, scalable, and maintainable software. Collaborating with code is the same as collaborating with text. If you're writing a document in a word processor, it's quite common to see people start changing the attributes of the text using direct interaction with the text. You change the colors, you change the fonts, you change the size, all to create a nice looking document. This is all well and good. However, if someone else comes into the same document and tries to replicate what you've done in this document, it's next to impossible. There will always be small changes in the document, making it harder and harder to maintain a consistent look and feel of the document. What you can do instead is work with the document presets, where you select and describe the content, saying this is a paragraph, this is a quote, this is a heading. This unlocks a collaborative superpower: themes. You can focus on the content of the document, and the designer can focus on how it visually shows up. This allows us to create documents that will look consistently, even if there are different developers writing in the same document. It doesn't matter anymore if I write a document or one of my teammates writes a document. They will still have the same look and feel because we're writing the document in the same way. We're using the presets, the headings, and we're applying our company-wide theme, making all of our customers see content that looks similar, that reads similar, and gives it a professional feeling to all of it. What you're really doing when you're working with a document and you're selecting these presets, you're actually working with HTML and style sheets. When you change the theme, you're changing the style of the document, you're changing the style sheet. When you're selecting these different presets, you're actually applying HTML tags with semantic meaning to the document. So the analogy is quite easily translated into working consistently with software. When we're creating software as a team, we want to have this similar property in our code. It shouldn't matter if I write a piece of code or a team member of mine writes a piece of code. It should still look and feel for the user as if it's a consistent piece of software. There shouldn't be different kinds of buttons. There shouldn't be different kinds of fonts. They should all follow the same style. Not only that, if I come in 6 months later to help out, or work in a piece of software, it helps if that software follows the same coding style that everyone in the team follows, because I can follow the patterns of the code, replicate it, improve it, all because I know that these standards are being held and we can work better together without introducing accidental bugs or visual discrepancies, because I know that the styling will work as long as I follow the same coding standards as everyone else. So in this video, I want to highlight 4 things that I think are important for us to consider when we're working with websites and specifically HTML content. The first and most important one is to use semantic HTML tags wherever possible. You shouldn't be using divs and applying classes to make them look the way you want them to. If something is a heading, it should be marked as a heading. If something is a paragraph of text, you should use the paragraph element to have that marked as a text. This directly affects search engines. It directly affects how well a screen reader can interact with your software. And as we said in the beginning, that affects how well your marketing department can work with your website on search engines. Secondly, this is especially true with navigation. Any link on your website should be a link tag. It should be with a reference to somewhere else. This allows a search engine to figure out the structure of a website and highlight the most important pages that you want to be highlighted. Because usually a well-structured website follows certain patterns that Google or Bing or whatever search engine can then interact with and figure out, these are the most important pages. This is what we should show in a search result. The reason I say this is that it's very easy to add an on-click to any tag and have an interaction where you change the screen depending on clicks. Be very mindful about what you do and when you do that, because it affects how screen readers can interact with your software, and it affects how well your structure is visible for other machines, such as search engine crawlers or AI systems. Not only that, if something is a button, you should describe it as a button, because a screen reader will make it much easier to interact with if it knows, this is a button, it's not an image that you actually can click on. So be mindful to use navigational elements in a semantic way, similar to what we just said that we should do with content. All right, and using the document analogy, it should be at this point quite clear. You stick to the predefined styles that we already have in place. Don't do inline styling. If you do inline styling, that means that when we change something in the global styling, we need to figure out places where we've done some inline styling where it no longer applies. This creates visual bugs, and it makes it much, much harder to maintain a consistent look and feel across the entire system. Last but not least, reuse the existing components that we have available in our system. So take a look in the themes catalog. There's a long list of components that you can use that still work with the theme. And in general, you should have everything that you need already available in the style guidelines that we have. Just look at them, figure out how you best create the view that you want using these components. And if you absolutely need to introduce something new, have a conversation with a team member. Maybe it's already been made and you just haven't found it yet. All right, so writing clean semantic HTML is no longer just about creating well-structured code. It is about empowering the team. Designers can focus on the visuals, and coders can focus on the structure and the behavior of the system. As you do this, the product becomes accessible, scalable, and discoverable. Every tag impacts users, search engines, AI tools, and screen readers, impacting how your product is viewed and valued. By following coding standards, we create systems that work seamlessly for designers, users, developers, and AI systems. So let's commit to writing code that empowers collaboration and innovation. Thank you very much. Hi, my name is Morten Nilsson. I create content around working with software, primarily as a team, and building software products. If you like my content, like, subscribe, share. And if you really want to, there's a newsletter that you can subscribe to. Links are in the description below. Have a nice day.